Welcome to Sister Shakedown.
Come shake it down with us.
Today we have a very special guest that I have personally gotten to know very well. His name is Camden Rockcastle.
Hi, I'm Camden. I am a senior or super senior actuarial science major at Robert Morris. Some of my passions include theater, kind of anything to do with music. Math is a big one as well. So.
Nerd.
Yeah, I know.
You have to take the Keystones on math on Wednesday.
You have to take the Keystones?
On Wednesday, yeah.
Well, best of luck to you. You got this.
Okay, Camden. We have some very deep questions for you today.
Okay.
Why did you start doing theater?
So I would say I started doing theater because my entire family is like super involved with theater. So I think it started with my sister. She joined a community theater group called Sing Hosanna, and they were doing, I think it was Annie or one of those shows. And like, it was her first show it was her first show. And, she was having a good time with it. And like, I think I saw it as like a really young kid. And like, it was something I was interested in, the musical aspect of it. Eventually my dad joined the community theater, and I'm like, I want to be involved with both my dad and my sister. And so I ended up just following suit.
Awesome sauce. What's your favorite thing about theater?
I think my favorite thing about theater is probably being able to perform for an audience. Like, I would say almost like the majority of people end up still getting like stage fright whenever they go on the stage. Or for example, I guess like when it comes to modeling for you, Jamisyn, and like, it's just kind of natural. But I think it's the joy of being able to perform for an audience and like show off your talents and whatnot. I also just really like singing, so like that's a big thing that I enjoy about it.
It's good. I'm usually eating cookie dough in the audience.
Honestly, I respect that. I personally can't eat before any like productions because I just like get super sick to the stomach. But cookie dough is awesome.
Love cookie dough.
She's saying that she eats cookie dough when she comes to watch us.
When we're watching.
When she's watching.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, if I could, I'd eat the cookie dough during the show.
All right, Camden. Who would you say your biggest inspiration is in theater?
I would either say that is between Jeremy Jordan or Ben Platt. One of my favorite musicals is Dear Evan Hansen. It was probably one of the biggest ones I attached to. And like the lead of the original Broadway cast is Ben Platt. So I really like was aspiring to like try to like sing all the songs that he does in the show and like just try to match the character. And so he was a very big inspiration. And then I would say before Dear Evan Hansen, it was Newsies. Like that was probably one of my biggest like favorite shows. And Jeremy Jordan just like rocks it up there. So
Jeremy Jordan's a pretty cool guy. I know that I got to meet him. I guess you did too.
Yeah, I did. Great Gatsby. It's a good show.
Yep. He's currently in Floyd Collins.
Yep.
And for those that don't know, Ben Platt's also in Pitch Perfect.
Yeah. Plays the parts of Benji.
Yep.
Let's go.
For the non-musical brain, Jamisyn knows what Dear Evan Hansen and Newsies is because of me. But
wait, is Newsies the ones where they like pass around newspapers?
Yeah. The lead of that one's Jeremy Jordan, and then Ben Platt's Evan Hansen. Do you remember whenever you did dance and you guys did a dance to "You Will Be Found"?
Yeah.
That's Dear Evan Hansen.
Yeah.
We have covered our bases.
Okay.
Yep.
What has been your favorite role in theater?
I would say probably my favorite role was, I think, playing Willy Wonka in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The Charlie and the Chocolate Factory Jr. was probably one of my favorites. Like just being able to, it was probably one of my favorite costumes because it was like a purple suit with a purple top hat.
I have a tickle in my throat.
Sorry.
You're good, no worries. So it was just like a fun show in general, and like it was probably one of my first like big leads, I'd say. Like I guess for a junior show it's not as big, but like it's still like one of the main parts. But the show had a bunch of fun songs. I really liked the song Pure Imagination, and I got to interact with the audience a little bit because I started the show in the back and walked down the center aisle. So I would say Willy Wonka was probably one of my favorites.
So you're saying your favorite role wasn't the umbrella couple and I Love You Because?
I would say that was also probably one of my favorites because I did get to do it with my favorite person. So
that's great. Zach Smith and Puffs.
I mean, the Zach Smith role was fun. It was a bit out of my comfort zone, I would say. Like, I'm not typically one to swear or like.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. So, it was definitely a character choice because it's Zach Smith is just this super confident, cocky jock, basically, and it was just like the complete opposite of what I am. But that's also part of the reason why I enjoy acting so much, because you get to act as a character who you like, who isn't your actual real life like persona.
Yeah.
How do you deal with the stressful audition process for musicals and plays?
Oh, that was a good question.
Yeah. The audition process, it's always been pretty tough. I know for the longest time, like the biggest theater group that I was a part of was Sing Hosanna, and with that group, they did auditions a little bit differently than other groups. Like everybody was brought into the theater, and we were given the songs. Like we practiced the songs for like 10 minutes together, and then we had to go up on stage and like do it by ourselves. And that was the same thing with like the acting scenes. Like we ran the scene like together for like 10 minutes, and then like he picked different groups to go up there. Since I was so involved with Sing Hosanna, I kind of had an idea of like I kind of already had like a presence there, so it was like not as stressful to like go up and do auditions there because like the director already knew me, and he kind of already knew my talents and was able like had an idea of where to place me. RMU was then like probably the next theater program where I had to like worry about auditions and stuff, and that audition process is a lot different than what I'm used to. Like having to prepare like a song that matches a character that's not actually in the musical is definitely different. I know I would definitely say that like the music side of acting is like my biggest strong suit. And then whenever it comes to actually acting characters, it's a little bit harder, and probably dancing is third. So trying to build a character into some musical audition is been a little bit of a struggle for me. And I still like, even with however much I prepare for it, I still do have some anxieties like leading up to the audition. But typically it's for like the first 10 seconds of the audition, and then like I just kind of get into it and then like block out the rest of the world. So
were you in that ballet scene? And what was that? Puffs?
In Puffs? I actually was one of the ballet dancers in that.
So was I!
Yeah.
I couldn't watch it. I didn't watch that.
I think that scene specifically was a little bit hard because we didn't have any like speakers facing back towards us. So it was really difficult to hear the echo of it coming back. So it was kind of difficult to like stay in time, and then also to like the person who directed that choreographed area, like it was more for fun than to like be like professional. So like the whole show is like just kind of a funny spoof on Harry Potter. So like nothing's supposed to be too serious.
We didn't have like a choreographer to kind of make that ballet dance any better than what it was.
Yeah.
The hired me,
but hey, you know what? You should audition to be the choreographer for one of the shows coming up.
I think I should.
She wants to. She said that she would want to choreograph Grease.
I think I should be the
okay.
for Grease, and I could get everyone some nice leather jackets.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. What's been your most challenging role in theater?
I think that would probably be Zach Smith. As I was saying before, Zach Smith is like the complete opposite of me. I'm not super outgoing or super confident in myself, and just being able to like throw yourself out there and not care what anybody says. That was probably the hardest role. The other thing is my other really weak side of theater is improv. I am very, I'd say, self-conscious and judgmental of myself. So it's very difficult for me to be able to just kind of say whatever's on my mind and, like just start speaking random things. And then if I have to do it as Zach Smith and then like be the completely opposite of who I actually am, it's just even more harder on top of it. But yeah, I'm hoping it was all right whenever I actually did the production, but
got a lot better. At first I was like, no, he's not going to be able to pull that off. He's terrible. But
I definitely remember some of the things from the first read through where it's like, oh shoot, look at that. Like that's Zach Smith. What do I have to say? What? Yeah.
All right. So since Zach Smith is not like you, what Broadway character would you say is the most like you?
I would probably have to go with Evan Hansen from Dear Evan Hansen. I would say that I've definitely had like some, like I have some like anxiety things. I have go through like a little bit of like phases of depression here and there. And it's like really easy to like kind of fit myself into that role of Evan Hansen. So like I make a bunch of comparisons there. It's like not necessarily great for the mental health, but it's easy to make those comparisons and stuff. But I think the way that I look at it is that like at the end, like Evan Hansen is kind of like not necessarily forgiven, but like he is kind of like moving on and is like better in a mental state. And it's like I'm kind of like striving to get to there at some point.
Happy Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yeah. Whoop whoop.
Guess what? Next month, June, is Scoliosis Awareness Month.
Oh.
Scoliosis.
Both of us.
I wonder who.
Well, guess.
Huh. Let's see. Maybe the hosts of Sister Shakedown.
Yeah.
No.
Both of us.
Mine's a little bit more severe, but
yeah.
Okay, it's fine. So you better wish us a happy
Scoliosis Awareness Month.
I'll put it down in the calendar.
Good.
Put it in the Google Calendar.
You can do.
Google Calendar, please sponsor me. You're my favorite thing in the world. Okay. Wait, it's your turn?
I think.
Okay,
what's your dream role?
Okay, so I would say I probably have a top 3. One of them is kind of obviously Evan Hansen and Dear Evan Hansen. That I just love all the music in that show, and I feel like I fit the character so well that like I'd love to be able to play that part at some point. Another one mentioned before is Jack Kelly in Newsies. Yeah, I love that song. Like that was, I sang that song for a cabaret fairly recently, and that was probably where I got like my confidence boost in singing, because like my range used to like die right at that belted A at the end, but like I got the confidence for that, and like I just started like I just started enjoying a ton of tenor songs. But Jack Kelly is like probably one of the ones I'd want to do as well. And then a third one of my favorite musicals is Anastasia, and the part of Dimitri is probably one of the roles I would love to play at some point. It's got a bunch of good songs, and just I love the storyline of Anastasia. It's always been a favorite. And
we went to see Anastasia 1 week ago today.
Yeah, we did.
We talked about name Anastasia yesterday. Jenna thought I wanted to name my kid Anastasia.
She said it's a name that starts with an A that's not common, and obviously we just went to see Anastasia, so it was like in my head I went Anastasia. She's like, no.
I mean, Anastasia isn't necessarily bad. It's like you can shorten it to like Anya, kind of like what they did in the musical.
Anya. It was actually Ally, if you're wondering.
Okay.
Like Ally.
Oh.
Alibi. Oh.
Jamisyn wants to name her
better.
children like words that wouldn't be names.
Like perfume.
Like she
Perfume's
would
on
name
my
a child
list.
perfume.
Come here, perfume. Get over here.
I think it's cute. Perfume. My dad actually came up with that one. I didn't even come up with it.
So we've just been going through a bunch of different words that could be names if they didn't have it. Like, well, some of them she's not going to use, but like we were talking about. Yeah, I was just going to say that diarrhea was one of the names.
If it didn't mean diarrhea, like if it didn't mean diarrhea,
If it didn't mean
diarrhea, like the look of it.
Okay, yeah, taking off all the negative connotations associated with the word.
Like, what if it meant flower?
Diarrhea might sound pretty, but like
that sounds like a flower.
Yeah, like it
sounds like a flower.
Kind of like daffodil or
exactly.
Is it like Delilah or something like that?
Add that to my list.
She has a giant notes app of like baby names.
You want
okay.
All of
them?
them?
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, these are just the ones that like the P names. Okay. So we have Porsche, Princeton, Paisley, Paxton, Phoenix, Palmer, Paloma, Pacific, Paris, Pearson, Pandora, Pascal, Patience, Perfume, Prince, Prescott, and Poet.
And that's just the P's?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you got a lot of options.
Yeah.
She's going to have like 45 children. And she has all the names ready.
This is my actual
It just keeps going.
Yep.
Yes. Anyways, Camden, have you ever thought about writing your own song?
Kind of yes, kind of no. Like I think it's still like that whole confidence thing. I don't know if I necessarily have the confidence to write my own song, and also there's just so many songs out there that it's like I'm probably gonna like write a song that already exists in a way. Not necessarily the same lyrics, but like, you know, like you start with like chord progressions and whatnot, and there's a song out there that's used every single chord progression. So it's a little bit difficult to like come up with like motivation to write my own song.
Speaking of chord progressions, what instruments do you play?
So I play the guitar a little bit. My main instrument is the trumpet, and I do a little bit of piano. Like my mom taught piano lessons, so I learned a bunch of that. That's actually what's in the background right over there. So
I didn't know that.
Me either.
Yeah.
I play every instrument.
Every instrument?
Every single one.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm really good at the recorder though.
The record. Hey, that's a phenomenal instrument. You know, you can get that one down.
No.
Camden, you can't play the recorder.
I learned it once in like 8th grade.
Ours was like
8th
third.
grade. I think I did it in like 3rd grade.
Yeah.
I got a pink one.
I don't know. It might have been earlier, but like I can't. I don't know. It's so long ago. You know, I have a terrible memory, so I can't like remember everything that happens during elementary school, or like what years. Everything kind of just blends together.
You're getting old. That's all it is.
Yeah, I am. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. What's your favorite musical?
For some reason I thought I answered this.
That's that bad memory of yours.
Apparently, yeah. I kind of had a list. Like Dear Evan Hansen, Newsies, Anastasia. Probably another one of my favorites is The Notebook. That one is. Yeah.
We need to get watch it.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for dramas, and you know all the love stories out there. Like, pretty nice. I really do like Stephen. Is it Stephen
Schwartz or Stephen?
Well, both Stephen Schwartz and Sondheim are like good. I was trying to think about the author of The Notebook, but
I don't know the author.
Yeah, I used to know. But like he writes a bunch of books, and like so I've like read a couple of them, listened to audiobooks of others, and like I just, you know, I'm just like I said, I'm a sucker for a love story. So
yeah.
The Notebook's probably one of my favorites up there.
Camden, speed run. What theater projects have you done? Go.
A bunch of RMU, productions like Heathers, Elf,
all of them.
Wedding Singer, I Love You Because, Puffs. As far as like Sing Hosanna shows go, I've done like Oliver like twice, I think. I did Seussical, Into the Woods Jr., Willy Wonka Jr. I don't think I was in Sound of Music.
This is where that bad memory comes in.
Yeah, I just need to go over to the drawer. I have like an entire drawer of all the musicals I've been in, like just all the DVDs from them.
Sister Act?
Yeah, Sister Act is one of them. Music Man. I'm trying to think of roles. I don't know. There's just been a lot, I'll say. Like,
I'll just say the only one that you really should remember is The Umbrella Couple and I Love You Because.
Hey, that one always stays in my memory. So, you know, I got to be with the wonderful host Jenna Kolaczynski, you know, up on Valentine's Day. So that was pretty awesome.
Oh, okay.
Valentine's Day. So.
Yeah. This one's pretty deep, okay?
Okay.
Okay, what would you say your biggest failure is, and what did you learn from that experience? It could just be in theater.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can definitely do theater. I think I got 2.
Okay.
I'll see if I can remember the second one by the time I'm telling the story of the first one. The first one, I would say, I was in a production of Aladdin Jr., or it kind of a different variant of it. I think it was called Aladdin and His Wonderful Magical Lamp. So in that, I played the monkey, not Abu. In this show, it was called Alakazam. And I was paired with the Aladdin actor. His name was Matt Free. And like I was super young at this point, and I did like a bunch of choreography, like where I like climbed around him and did a bunch of like things as like a monkey. Yeah, no, I was like climbing all over him. It was actually kind of crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, cramps.
Shout out the crabs.
Yeah. And so one of the biggest failures was on the recording night. I got super distracted, like back in the dressing room, because like, you know, somebody brought a Nintendo DS. This is aging me a bit, I will say, and it was either Mario Kart or the new Super Mario Bros. Game. And I was like, yeah, I'm doing so great on this game. You know, I'm playing it. I'm getting through the levels. And then all of a sudden, like the stage manager comes to the dressing room and was like, Camden, you're supposed to be on stage. I'm like, oh, shoot, I forgot about that. And so like I ran on stage. And then the Aladdin's like, come on, Alakazam, we got to go. Because they had reached the end of the scene by the time I actually got out there. And during that scene, Alakazam is supposed to come on and basically tell Aladdin, like, oh, Jafar has the lamp, he has Jasmine, and like we need to go like get them or whatnot. And so it was kind of hard to progress the plot without like Alakazam being out there to like try to explain it to Aladdin. And as I said, it was the recording night, so I actually found out what my Aladdin actor said while I was backstage. And he made the comment, like he called off stage, is like, Alakazam, huh? I wonder where he is. He's probably backstage playing on a DS or something like that. Well, you know, I guess I gotta like keep going with the journey. And then like he started moving towards like the pit we had to jump into, and then that's whenever I ran on stage, like, come on, Alakazam, we gotta go. So the biggest failure was missing an entire scene. Yeah, so that was a bit rough. But you know, I remember it to this day, and you know, try not to miss any scenes and like come up with distractions while the show is running.
This is why you don't play on a Nintendo during a show.
Yeah, you know, I haven't like since then.
Rehearsals.
Yeah, rehearsals are another question. You know, those are all about having fun.
For sure.
What surprised you the most when you first started?
I'd probably say how like the theater group kind of feels like a second family. Like I wasn't sure what the relationships would be whenever you went to go like be in a theater production, and just like having those relationships of like being like best friends and whatnot. I think that was probably pretty surprising, like how everybody got along and whatnot.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, there's sometimes where like a bunch of drama happens in the theater club, like, oh my gosh, drama in the theater club, crazy. But I'd probably say like another thing that surprised me is how many good actors and actresses there are out there. Like, again, for a good portion of my life, I just went to sing Hosanna for shows. Whenever I got to RMU, and it was like the first read through of Elf, where I was just so impressed with like how people were like able to act and just like become a character in that like short of a time. Because like I typically need like a decent amount of time to like be able to fit it into a character and like make them my own. But that like first day of the Elf read through, we were just like I was just so like in awe and shock about like how great they all made their characters sound on literally the first day.
Shocking.
Jenna, oh yeah, I was gonna say, do you have a favorite childhood memory?
I mean, I wasn't really a child, but I really liked whenever I got to go see Hamilton.
Yeah, that's fair.
Thanks, Jane.
Welcome.
I don't know if it was necessarily a childhood, like it's not really a childhood memory, but like that first time being able to hit that high A in Santa Fe,
nice.
that was honestly like, I can actually do this.
It's childhood memory. Like if you pick like your favorite childhood memory in theater, that like limits it down a little bit.
Yeah.
My favorite childhood memory in theater would be when I went to go read the cast list for Alice in Wonderland, and I always read from the bottom up, and I like don't read the first couple of names. So I was like, oh my gosh, I got cut. And like a bunch of people were standing next to me because they just posted outside the band room. So all of us are just like staring at it. They're like, oh, congratulations. And I'm like, for what? And I didn't figure it out for like 5 minutes. And then I snuck in the bathroom to text my mom. We weren't allowed to have our phones in school. So I never broke this rule. I always had my phone fully powered off in my locker. And the only time I ever broke the rule was to text my mom. And I was so scared. Like my heart was like pounding. I was like in the bathroom. I was like, I got Alice. And I like turned my phone off and I put it away. And I thought I was going to get caught for the entire day, as if someone like knew I was on my phone in the bathroom stall. So that would be my favorite childhood memory in theater. Do you have a favorite childhood memory in dance?
No.
Okay.
There's nothing I could say good about that.
What is something you learned from this career that people should know?
I'm so good at asking questions.
I'm assuming we're still on the topic of theater, where not to destroy anybody's dreams, but it's it's important to realize that like it's extremely difficult to like make a career out of theater, like just theater alone. There are some people who make it all the way to Broadway, and I know that like for a lot of actors and actresses, it's like a dream to make it that far. Realistically, it's not the easiest to get to Broadway, and even still, being on Broadway, I don't think gives you enough to be able to like live like off of like the amount that you make for being in a Broadway show. So I think it's important to like kind of how I did it. I like my major is actuarial science, and I am planning to become an actuary at some point, and maybe consider theater on the side after like things have like slowed down from like getting a job and whatnot. Like I still enjoy doing theater all the time. I don't think I'm good enough to make it to Broadway. Like even if I like had like a vocal coach and all this like extra help, I don't think I'd ever like be good enough to make it to Broadway. And I kind of like, I'm okay with that because I also enjoy being able to like watch the musicals on Broadway and see like all the professional talent that is up there.
Don't give up on your dreams though, kids.
Yeah. As I said, it's kind of like also having a plan, like, you know, like have a career in mind and then like try to like incorporate theater into your life as much as possible as well.
It's good to have a plan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like me.
Yeah.
Yesterday at dinner, she was like taking college quizzes and like trying to figure out where she was going to go to college. and the waitress came over and was like, "Oh, you're picking colleges. Like, what grade are you in?" And she's like, 9th. And the waitress was like, "You don't need to stress about that right now." It was like completely done with her.
Do you think I should major in arts, entertainment, and media management?
I mean, there's a career out there for that. Like, from what I was aware of, you wanted to like go into some kind of fashion school and, you know, like come up with your own clothing brand, and like you had a plan for like a good portion of your life, like already.
I guess.
I'm impressed with you being able to come up with a plan, because I'm pretty last minute when it comes up to plans of whatnot. So my procrastination does kill me sometimes.
Camden, what time did you go to bed last night?
Maybe 6 a.m.
He was doing homework till 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And he started at like 7 p.m.
Something like that. Yeah.
When he got home.
It was the grind, you know.
Buddy.
Okay. If you could travel anywhere in the world, right now, where would it be?
I think I'd probably say Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting there. So I would say the nerdy side of me, I am a bit into video games, and probably my biggest video game company is Nintendo that I do. I like a bunch of their games. You know, Mario, Zelda, Splatoon's a big one. And I think it would be really cool just to visit like Japan, like firstly to like see like the birthplace of Nintendo, and like see like all the like the stores that they have there. Like Pokemon's a big store there, and like I've been getting a little bit back into that.
Do you have Pokemon cards?
I actually do have a bunch of Pokemon cards still.
Oh, Camden.
You know, hey, eventually I'll be able to sell them and like make bank, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
I have a Disney pin collection, and it's probably worth like thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
For sure.
Also with Japan, I'm just like interested in the culture in general. I think
like Squid Games.
Sorry?
Did you watch Squid Games?
I mean, I've seen some of the episodes, yeah.
Same.
Is that Japan?
I think.
I didn't think that was Japan.
I thought that was Japan.
Maybe it was China.
It was not.
I thought it was China.
No, it was either Japan or North Korea.
Oh, North Korea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll search it up.
Okay.
One of us is right.
Yeah, but I do really like just like the culture of Japan in general, like the whole technology aspect, because I also just
It's South Korea.
South Korea. Okay, that does make sense.
I said North Korea.
To be fair, you said Japan first, but
you said China.
Yeah, you said China.
But he's wrong.
Yeah.
South Korea.
So. Yeah. South Korea. My North Korea is pretty close to South Korea.
It's like, the same thing.
No.
Yeah, basically, you know.
You know what I like about Japan?
What?
The cherry blossom trees.
Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty. It is very pretty.
Blossom hand sanitizer.
Oh yeah. Have you ever smelled the Japanese cherry blossom soaps at Bath and Body Works?
Maybe once or twice. I don't know. I'm not really one to go to Bath and Body Works that much.
Why?
Oh.
You know, I mean, somebody might make me go to Bath and Body Works more often now. But
yeah, go get Japanese cherry blossom soap.
Oh, I love that. It's my favorite scent.
Bath and Body Works is amazing.
I'd say mine's probably vanilla.
That's so basic.
It may be basic, but you know, the smell of vanilla is amazing.
I agree. Are you up?
What?
I'm
gonna mute that. Okay.
If you could have a theme song for your life, what would it be?
Did I actually write that?
Yeah.
Oh.
A theme song for my life.
Oh, I have an answer for you if you don't.
Really, Jenna?
You know what? Go ahead.
The Camden song.
Ah, yes. You know, I mean, that technically does fit a theme song of my life, you know?
What?
Hold on, I'm gonna play it.
Camden song.
I have it on my playlist.
On your playlist?
No, I don't. Wait, hold on. There's a commercial.
You're telling me you don't pay for YouTube Premium?
Oh, I know you do.
Camden. Camden.
I mean, if you can top that, go ahead and try.
I mean, I'd say that fits me pretty well. Technically speaking, I did like one of my favorite genres of music is jazz. So like it also fits the whole theme song of my life. So
I'm smart.
I'm trying to think of what my theme song would be.
The Jamisyn song?
I don't think there's a Jamisyn song.
I think there is.
I think there is probably. There's a Jenna song.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
Well, your name's more common than mine.
I think it does exist. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's called a spell, right?
It's not spelled. Right.
Jamisyn.
I don't think anyone says my name like that. He's like to Jamisyn.
Yeah, he's very aggressive with the
Jamisyn.
son.
Well, hey, you gotta give him credit. He probably has done like thousands of names.
That was 11.
That was random, but yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to wake up early tomorrow.
Fair enough.
We're gonna go to a Mother's Day brunch thing.
That sounds good. From what I've been told, the food's really good.
Yeah.
It's a little traumatizing there.
Traumatizing?
Traumatizing.
Uh-oh.
What did I get myself into this? Oh my gosh. So what is your favorite accent to do?
I'll tell you, I can't do accents.
I can do Australian. Nar. Nar.
Yeah.
Camden, what's your favorite animal?
A monkey?
Like zoo animal. Like be exotic with it. Don't just be like, oh, I like cats.
That's what you said last time. You said dog last time.
No, you have to be exotic with it. Like you're going to a zoo.
Well, I'm saying cats are awesome.
But that's not what I'm saying, Camden.
Like a tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you said a tiger, that's fine.
Axolotls are pretty cool.
What the heck is an axolotl?
You don't know what an axolotl is?
No.
It's like a little like kind of water lizard kind of.
Do you want to pet axolotl?
They're kind of cute.
She's like, look, it's a pink one.
They're colorful. Yeah. No, is this traumatizing you now?
Yeah.
Axolotl nightmares.
I like tigers, monkeys.
She loves monkeys.
Polar bears.
I think penguins are pretty cool.
I love penguins.
We want to go to SeaWorld. Aren't those where the penguins are?
They have a penguin ride at SeaWorld where like you like sit in a little thing and like you go like through the penguins, but like they're like next to you. It's like a.
Are penguins a bird?
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to go to SeaWorld this summer for penguins and dolphins.
Yeah.
And the orcas. Orcas are dolphins, but I love orcas. They're so cool.
I mean, hey, you got a dolphin spirit animal, so.
I do. Okay. You have another question?
Yeah. What's a piece of advice you've received that has stuck with you?
Probably just to like keep pushing through, like with whatever, like even if like the task seems like difficult and almost impossible, I think it's always like worth it to put your best effort towards it and like get it done. Like, be proud of what you do in a way.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Follow Dory's advice.
Yep. What is something surprising you've learned about yourself?
Probably that I'm able to step out of my comfort zone and be able to, like, if we're going to theater, Zach Smith, completely not me, like, whatever. But, it surprised me that I was able to take that role and like make it my own, basically, and act as something that I wasn't and like have people enjoy the whole part of the show. So
now, Camden, are you ready? I have a life-changing question for you.
Okay, shoot.
Okay. Pink or blue?
I would probably go with blue.
Why does everyone have trouble with this question?
You asked this question. For anyone who watched our first episode, this is the man who asked pink or blue, and we had to answer it.
Yep. Pink and blue can be taken in a multitude of different ways. And, I'm going to take it from the color aspect of it. I really like the color blue. My favorite blue is probably like an icicle blue, like that light
icicle
blue. Yeah.
Icicle blue?
Yeah.
Like light blue.
Yeah, like a really light blue.
Okay.
Yeah. It probably has something to do with the fact that like my favorite season is winter and I love the cold.
Your favorite season is winter.
Yeah. Are you judging me for that?
You like the cold.
Yes, I love the cold.
He does.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
He wears shorts when it's negative 30 degrees.
I do. Like one of my favorite activities to do like with my dad is go ice fishing. So like that's
how can you fish if it's ice?
Well, you have to take an auger out there, which is basically like a set of blades, and you drill a hole into the ice, and then you can set up like a little tent or hub on top of the ice, and like you have like specialized fishing rods. They're like smaller that you kind of like drop the lure down, just like I'm going into fishing terminology. You have to like jig for the fish, which is basically like you're bouncing the fishing rod a couple times to like lure the fish in. But
do you like fishing or ice fishing more?
I love ice fishing. I will always choose ice fishing over like normal fishing. And it sucks because Pennsylvania has been having terrible winters and the lakes have not frozen over. So I've been missing going out on ice fishing.
Do you know how to ice skate?
I do know how to ice skate. It's actually one of my favorite things to do. Ice skating, roller skating, those are a lot of fun. So,
do you know how to start a fire?
What the heck?
With like in the woods.
With like
you go camping.
It's flint and steel.
With flint and steel, no.
How do you do it?
My dad was a Boy Scout. I think I'm pretty sure he made it all the way to Eagle Scout. He typically takes care of the fire. I just sit around it. That's probably one of the reasons why I like enjoy summer. I'm not a huge fan of the heat and whatnot, but camping is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Just being able to sit around a fire, like relax in a hammock, like I have a bunch of fun memories from camping.
And the snakes don't scare you?
Nope. I hunted snakes as a kid with my younger cousin.
Concerning. What's your favorite food?
Chicken papaya.
That actually reminded me. My favorite food is probably shepherd's pie.
What the heck is shepherd's pie?
Shepherd's pie is basically it's like a combination of some kind of meat, carrots. You can like add celery and onions and a bunch of these things all together to make kind of what serves as the crust. And then like in the center is like a layer of mashed potatoes, and it's kind of like it's a filling meal. And like I love potatoes. Potatoes, bunch of good flavor, and just like the combination of like the roasted vegetables and like the meat, like it's one of my personal favorite meals of all time.
What's your favorite form of potatoes?
That's a good question. I really like au gratin potatoes. Au gratin, like AUGR.
I don't know what that is.
So basically, it's very thinly sliced potatoes with like it's very similar to scalloped potatoes, but there is it's very thinly sliced potatoes, and it has like cheese incorporated into it. But yeah, I love au gratin potatoes.
I've never seen that before. Do you like carrot cake?
No.
I've never had it. Have you?
No. No, I've never had carrot cake, but I also don't like pie, so I just never.
It's not
I know,
hot,
but
it's carrot cake.
I just don't. I'm not very adventurous with my food.
Yeah.
I don't like carrots.
It may be against the norms, but I'm actually not a huge fan of is it cheesecake?
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, I hate cheesecake.
I hate cheese, but I like cheesecake. Isn't that weird?
She does not like cheese.
I can't.
She won't eat mac and cheese.
I can't eat cheese.
Mac and cheese is such a good comfort food, though.
No.
She's like, no.
That's what I spent like $100 of Romo's dollars on in the last week of school.
All those Reese cups. You bought like 100 packs of mac and cheese.
Oh, this is a good question. Do you like? Okay, this is a big question. Okay, do you like Reese's cups, Reese's thins, Reese's mini cups, or Reese's eggs better? Like rank them.
I mean, the thing that tops all of them is a Reese's Take 5, but
what the heck is that?
You got to get more informed on candies. I think it's like I think it's peanuts, pretzels, peanut butter, chocolate, and
I've never had that.
Really?
It's really good. Reese's Take 5s are really good.
Why did no one ever tell me that existed?
Reese's Take 5 today.
Yeah, I feel offended.
Yeah, you should go try it. It is very good.
I literally eat Reese's every day of my life, and I don't know what that is.
That's surprising. Yeah. But yeah,
ordering those, I think the standard Reese's cups is like probably number one.
You like the minis?
The minis are good. I mean, I don't know. I definitely tend towards Kit Kats or Twix more than Reese's, but
okay.
I mean, peanut butter and chocolate is good. Okay, like I do like them. But it's if I had the choice between a Twix and a Reese's, I'd take the Twix.
Do you say eggs or eggs? Like, do you
eggs? I think it's eggs.
Eggs.
Like I'm having eggs for breakfast.
It's eggs.
That's how I would say.
I think it's eggs.
Reese's. Okay, like when you say like your leg
or your leg.
My leg.
Leg.
Really? I've never seen someone that does like that. Leg.
Yeah.
Leg.
Envelope or envelope?
It's envelope.
I think I do envelope. Like I'll definitely be the person who, like, if there's like multiple pronunciations of a word, I'll like, just to piss people off, I'll use the non-common one.
Yeah, I say aunt. I don't even say aunt. I say aunt. Aunt.
I say aunt.
Aunt.
Like, to be funny, I'll say I'm gonna go put my clothes in the washer.
The washer?
What the heck is the washer? Washer?
Just another pronunciation of it.
Washer?
Syrup or syrup?
Washington?
I think syrup. Like, I put syrup on waffles.
No, don't say that.
Tomato, potato, potato.
I'm gonna have some potatoes.
Potato, tomato.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Camden, what do you put in your salad?
Oh my gosh! Don't just say lettuce. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Jackson. I hope he's not watching.
I put lettuce in my salad.
What else do you put in your salad, though?
It depends if I'm going with like an Italian or Caesar salad. Like
Italian.
Probably onions, croutons, shredded cheese.
What's shredded cheese?
I said shredded cheese.
Oh, I thought he said shredded cheese.
I will never put tomatoes in a salad if I can help it. I'm not a fan of tomatoes.
Me either.
I like tomatoes in a salad.
See, I like ketchup, but I don't like any like
salad.
No, not in a salad. I'm saying like in like
ketchup in a salad.
No, I went to just tomatoes in general. Like I like all the products that tomatoes make. I don't like tomatoes themselves.
No,
but
I don't think anyone likes tomatoes. Surely,
my brother loves them. No, like he as a snack, my parents would always buy him like a container of cherry tomatoes and just he'd.
Oh, I can't eat them like that.
Yeah. Not me. I don't like tomatoes, but.
What's your sheets order?
My sheets order?
That's a good question.
It depends on the night. Like if I'm feeling like super hungry, I'll probably go with a frozen hot chocolate. If they have the dark chocolate, I'll go with the dark chocolate.
Frozen hot chocolate.
Yeah. You've never had that before?
No.
Yes, you have.
When have I had
at Dunkin'?
That's not frozen hot chocolate.
It's like a frappuccino.
Frappuccino is frozen hot chocolate.
It's basically like iced coffee. Like, you typically have coffee hot, but you have an iced coffee. So it's instead of hot chocolate, you have a frozen hot chocolate.
Frozen hot chocolate?
Yes. We used to get a Dunkin' all the time.
I thought I got the double D chocolate shit.
That's Starbucks. Continue.
Yeah, so I'll go with like the dark chocolate flavor if they have it, because dark chocolate is the best chocolate. I will die on that hill. White chocolate isn't even chocolate, but that's a story for another time. I love mac and cheese bites, so I'll typically get like an app sampler just full of mac and cheese bites, and the protein parm is really good at Sheets as well. So I'd say that's probably my typical order.
Mm-hmm.
That or just like a bucket of mac and cheese bites and split it with whoever I went with.
What's your Chipotle order?
You don't like Chipotle?
No.
That hurts. Chipotle is really good. My typical order is I get a burrito with chicken. I go with white rice, double rice, black beans, cheese, both salsas. I don't think they do onions. I do lettuce. I think that's it. Chips. And then, I typically get a large order of chips and guac as well, because it's, chips and guacamole is an amazing snack. And after they're done making the burrito, I will go and add like their spiciest hot sauce to it. I love hot sauce.
Spicy food.
Yeah.
You know what's really good?
What?
Cookies and salsa.
Did you say cookies and salsa?
Yeah.
She's liked it since she was a kid.
Like chocolate chip cookies and salsa?
Cookie dips and salsa. It's actually good. Don't knock it till you try it.
Okay, I'll trust you.
Camden, what's your favorite restaurant?
I don't know if I necessarily have a favorite.
Well, you have to pick one.
I don't know. I mean, I like getting mac and cheese from Panera. It's really good. Chipotle is always a good thing.
Panera.
Chick-fil-A is nice. Yeah, I mean, as I said, I don't have like a favorite restaurant, but like there's like a bunch of good options for good comfort food.
Mm-hmm.
I like Walnut Grow.
I don't think I've ever been there before.
Really?
Yeah. Golden Corral's nice, like just like buffets are also kind of good because like you just have a ton of options that you can just pick from.
We're going to a buffet tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy it.
Thank you, Camden.
I probably won't.
It's gonna be good.
The food will be good. At least.
Food's good.
Food's good.
Yeah, food is awesome.
I tried it though, so I can't even really eat it.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's getting ready for Miami Swim Week.
Guess what though? I get a tan on Tuesday.
Ooh, okay. Good luck with that.
Wish me luck.
Yeah.
She's getting
good luck with the Miami Swim Week as well. So
I'm gonna have to close my eyes.
Camden, have you ever got a spray tan?
No. I'm not.
Have you ever self-tanned though? Like with
not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
No, like as in like you always get like the farmer's tans, like spending time outside and just like once like I was a marching band kid, so I very often on like the first or second day had like a really bad farmer's tan, and like whatever t-shirt I wore, like it was very obvious like where the lines were on my arms, and then I had a terrible tan for the rest of the year.
It's okay.
That happened to me too when I worked at the summer camp, because I'd wear the t-shirt because we had like a shirt we had to wear, and I just like I looked bad. And then and the worst was like wearing tennis shoes, because you have to wear tennis shoes to work. And then like we went on vacation in the summer and my feet were like so
oh my gosh,
white.
I remember that.
And everyone was making fun of me, and I was like, what did you want me to do, take my shoes off in the middle of work?
Yeah.
Jam, what's your special question?
I have a special question.
Yeah, you have to catch them off guard.
Okay. I need like a good question.
You need a good one.
Okay.
She always asks like really crazy ones.
Okay. Do you think guys.
Oh, don't do the same question.
It's not the same one.
Okay.
Do you think guys like should be able to like blow dry, straighten, and like curl their hair and stuff? Because I've met guys that have like that fluffy thingy, like little fluff poof right there, and
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like the, you know what I'm talking about?
I think I know what you're talking about.
And they like put like a brush underneath their hair and just like would blow dry it like that.
Okay. Yeah.
For their hair to like stay like this.
Like, do I think that's okay, or like? What,
yeah. Or do you think that's normal? Like, would you blow dry and straighten your hair?
I mean, I personally wouldn't, but like,
I agree.
I'm not necessarily against like whatever. Like anybody can kind of do what they want, like how they want to present themselves. So I'm like not. I wouldn't say I'm super judgmental towards others.
Okay, that's good. Same.
Yeah.
She doesn't judge anyone.
I don't judge.
No.
Yeah.
We listen and we don't judge.
Camden doesn't have TikTok.
I do not, but I at least know what that is.
I haven't gone on it in so long, so it's okay.
You know what Camden uses?
What's that?
YouTube Shorts.
Honestly, I watch YouTube Shorts now since we started this YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, we have to use WhatsApp on airplanes because whenever you use texting on a plane, the plane could crash, so you have to use WhatsApp. Because like he doesn't have an iPhone.
Yeah.
Like you can text iMessage on airplanes with the like airplane Wi-Fi.
There's no like my phone doesn't work. My phone didn't even work on that plane.
Well, on the plane my phone worked and I could text like other iPhones, but he has an Android, so
what's that?
I think Androids are better personally.
That's what my dad said.
My dad has an Android and an Apple.
I won't say that Apples are bad. I think that they only really work well with all of their own products. So like if you want to try to like use an Apple product and like do something that's not the Apple software and whatnot, it's very difficult to do that. So like for example, I do like a bunch of the homework I do in school is like through Word and like Microsoft stuff. And I know like Jenna with your MacBook, it's not very easy to
Excel spreadsheets.
Yeah, like use Excel or Word or anything like that. Like you resort to Google instead.
Yeah, I mean, like you can get away with using Google for like docs and sometimes sheets and stuff, but whenever you like take, for example, managerial accounting, like you need to use actual Excel for it because like workbook opens in Excel.
Yeah, and the formulas are different. So
yeah, it's the what?
The formulas are different, like in the cells.
Yeah. So I had to get the app, but the app still like wasn't working right. So like I just used like the web version of Excel.
Yeah.
Not fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's your advice to someone who hasn't picked their major in college yet?
Are you saying like they're currently in college?
No.
Who haven't picked a major, or like they're in high school looking for a...
My sister's trying to figure out where she's going to college. What's your advice for that?
Well, I would say like at least do something that you like, because you know that there's that whole saying out there, like if you go to work like if you enjoy what you do as work, then you never work a day in your life. So I think it's important to go to college for something that you're passionate about. And you know, I think it's also important to look at like income wise and stability, like for like the job search out there, like how much your job will be offered. Because like you want to, like, I feel like stability is like probably one of the most important things whenever it comes to like going to college for a job. And then like you can pick a minor, or like if you want, you can dual major in like something else that you're passionate in. So I think it's important to have that stability first and then like branch out from there.
Awesome.
All right.
I'm going on my first college tour in 3 weeks.
Whoop whoop. Thanks for having me. I had a good time being on the Sister Shakedown podcast.
We had a great time with you too, Camden. Thank you for shaking it down with us.